I can't hear you. Let me. Are you? Oh, I see. There
Can
we
you
go.
hear
There
me?
we go. Can you hear me? There we go. There we go. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. Good. 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 Well, I appreciate you joining me. I
Of
got
course.
we live on Instagram right now as well. By the way, anybody joining us? I got Vanity, the comedian, here with us live right now. How you feeling tonight? How's it going?
I'm good. I took a nap. I shouldn't have did that. And now I'm gonna be up for a while.
Nah,
I'm
I gotta
good,
get
thank
on
you.
you. That's some old people shit right now. I took a nap.
Mm.
Gotta get that nap
I
in.
be tired. I gotta go to work I be working in the morning. I work 6 to 2, so man, I be dragging sometimes. I gotta take a nap when I get out.
What age is it where that nap become? Because the nap wasn't always a thing.
Man,
For me,
look,
it was
I
like,
don't know why. Cause when I was in college, I always like to go to sleep. I'm gonna tell you
oh,
one thing about me, I'm gonna lay down.
yeah, you know how you work though. That makes you, yeah, you feel a lot more better when you get up. Sometimes I get more tired though. I ain't gonna lie, I be
Man,
sleepy
it
once
just
I get up.
depends. It just depends. I mean, doing comedy, like I ain't really got no choice because I have to work early in the morning, and then like because of comedy, I be out in the evening. So it's like if I don't get a nap, man,
You ain't
it
gonna be
throw
able
it
to.
throw it throw everything off. I be tired.
No, I feel you. Speaking of comedy, speaking of shows, what you got coming up? Just let people know what you got anything coming up that's next week or two?
Yeah, I actually do. I got a show Friday. What's today? Wednesday. I got a show Friday out here I'm in Dallas.
Friday the
I
13th.
got it. Yes, I got a
Okay.
show in Louisville. With some pretty good comedians. They great actually. I have next week I got a show at the Addison Improv on the 17th, and
So
then
we
I have a
Dallas,
show.
Louisville, and Addison.
Yes, I'll be in. I live in Arlington,
Okay.
Texas, so that's like in between Dallas and Fort Worth.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll be in Louisville Friday. I'll be in Dallas on the 17th at the Addison Improv, and then I'll be at DCC Dallas Comedy Club on the 20th, and then the 28th I'll be in Texarkana doing a show out there, and then I'll be in Houston with y'all on the 29th.
You traveling. So
You know what? I'm gonna be real
no excuse.
mad.
Yeah, ain't no excuses. You can see Vanity somewhere.
Yes, I'm gonna be real mad because I'm going to Texarkana. I'm doing a turnaround that night, and then I'm gonna get up the next morning and bring my ass to Houston. I'm mad about it, but I'm gonna do it.
We appreciate it because look, we got Vanity's gonna be one of the 16 comedians that's gonna be performing at the Last Laugh comedy tournament. It's a $500 grand prize. When I say comedy tournament, have you done a comedy tournament before?
No, I haven't. This is my first comedy tournament. I think I've done not necessarily like competitions, but I've done like showcases, and you did have people who won. Um, I've won something before, but this is like my first time competing in a real comedy competition
Elimination round.
and a tournament at that. Like that's pretty dope. I like the setup.
No, I think it's unique though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm interested to see how this is all gonna work out. To be honest with you, any nerves about the whole elimination thing, or
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm just gonna come down there and have fun, take a chance on
there you
myself.
go.
Like, I don't take stuff so serious. If I get eliminated, I get eliminated. Like, at least I did it.
Yeah, you go.
I'd rather do it than like give it a try and see what happens versus just being like, oh, I'm not gonna do it at all. You know what I'm saying?
All
So
practicing today,
yeah,
right?
like I'm gonna just come and give my best shit. Like I appreciate you for reaching out to me. Like you
Right.
hit me up and you don't even know me like that. You just been
I'm just on social media. You everywhere though.
yeah. That's all. Like when you reached out to me, I'm like, you don't even know me like that, but you see what I'm doing, you see my work, and you just like, shoot, what you doing?
Yeah, I like your style, man. How long you been doing comedy?
It'll be 3 years in November.
Yeah, I can see you got like I like your stage presence. You always got the fashion. You know the hair always messes the shoe. You know the boots and everything. You got a stylist. What you got going on? You got a stylist?
No, I usually I style myself. I was a fashion major. That's what I used to sew. So well I still sew, but I just don't do it as much as I used to. But my background is initially in fashion. So I bring a lot of that to stage because I mean, you gotta look like what you wanna be. So, I'm on track to be a star out here in these streets. So I gotta look like one. But I did. The only time I've used the stylist was when I had my headlining show at the Arlington Improv. So that's when you saw me. I had the pink hair with the pink boots. I had help with that outfit because I was doing so much and I was getting ready for that show. And I was like, I had somebody, my friend called me. She was like, "Do you need help with anything?" And I was like, "Bro, because I can't come to a decision about what I want." I was like, I got an idea, but I was just all over the place. And she just kind of like went and found stuff for me, and then we put it together.
Shout out to good friends. Shout out to good
Facts.
friends, especially when you're doing something like that. When I know you're probably nervous and just want
Yeah,
to make.
I was nervous. I just my mind was everywhere. I was trying to handle stuff, make sure my comics was good because I had people coming in from out of town. I had friends coming in from. I was just trying to handle everything, trying to make sure my merch was ready. Everything like it was just a lot.
And,
So yeah,
and now
I needed help.
and you've done it yourself. Now, once you be able to start paying, you're gonna know exactly how to. Okay, now this needs to be done this way. This needs to be done this way.
You know what? What's crazy though? I had people step up and help me. Like within the last 2 weeks before the show, I couldn't do everything for myself. Like I tried to do everything so I could learn how to do it because that was the first show I produced, even though I didn't have to take care of the venue, the DJ, and all that kind of stuff. The club took care of it because it was at the Improv. So the only thing I really had to worry about was like stuff on my end, making sure I had my outfit, my appointments, my making sure my comics were good. As far as their pay and all of that, making sure the tickets and stuff was moving like they were supposed to. I was advertising. Making sure, the lineup, everything. Like I was handling a lot of the back end stuff, but I had people, my merch, I had to make sure that was good and ready to go because I released new merch when I did the show. And so I had like people step up and help. I had somebody running the back for me. Like I didn't come out of the green room, I stayed in the green room the whole time until it was time for me to come on stage. So I had somebody back there helping me get dressed. I had somebody running the show for me so I wouldn't be outside and nobody would see me until I came out. Like I had somebody running my merch table. Like I had people step up and help me all over the place.
Yeah, no, that's live, man. That's live, especially when you got people who just want to do it out of the generosity, of their heart, just to see you be successful, just to see you be able to focus on the comedy. I mean, with all that going on, how the heck can you even write?
Exactly, and that was everybody's point. Like my friend Dave, who pretty much was my production manager, he was like, "You gotta be an artist. Like let somebody else take the reins," and he did, and he took care of everything. And I allowed him. That was the hardest thing. I allowed him to take over. Like I literally sat down and was like, "You got it." And he was like, afterwards, he was like, "I'm proud of you because I know how hard it was for you to let go and let somebody else handle stuff." And he was like, "I'm proud of you because you did. You let me work." And I did. I took my hands off of it and I said, "You got everything you need. If you need anything, you know where I'm at." He ran everything. He ran the show.
There may be somebody who may be inspiring to do what he does for a living.
Yeah.
What did he show you to give you that confidence to just say, you know what, I see that you serious about this. Take off.
Well, he already has like experience in that area. He's an actor. He does like stage plays and stuff like that. So he's been on stage, he's been in the limelight, and he's been backstage. He's done the behind the scenes stuff. Like he done worked with Bun B. He in Houston too. So he knows the ins and outs of the business. So it was easy to let him handle things because he know how things are supposed to go.
He got some skin in the game. Yeah.
Yes. So definitely you want to get somebody who knows, what to do. So, I mean, you may have to teach somebody a little bit, but, you don't want to have to teach them everything. And then, you know what I'm saying? You still kind of running everything. Like with him, he already had experience. So I let it go.
Right. No, that's blessed. And you said something about you want to move like you trying to be a star. And I saw recently you got a move. You starring in a movie. Actually, like what's really going on?
You be in my business. You be in my business.
I do though. But you talk about the movie.
Okay, so yes, I have a movie coming out. We just had our first table read yesterday. It's called 80/20. It's a rom-com, romantic comedy. We start filming in October, the beginning of October. So, yeah, I'm playing a character named Adrian. I'm one of the four main characters. There's a married couple who's the main characters, and then me and another guy, we're playing their best friends. And so, my character is very similar to who I am, very colorful, very vibrant. You know, she one of them people, she'll get you in some shit, but she'll get you out of some shit. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have your back no
Right.
matter what. My character is really funny and it's very close to who I am. So it's gonna be very easy for me to pull this role off, and it's gonna be so much fun being an exaggerated version of myself. Because I'm already
So-called
extra, so I'm about to
exaggerated,
be
huh?
even more extra.
So-called
Yeah.
exaggerated. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see,
So
like you
yeah.
said. I be looking. I saw. I saw somebody laying on the ground. That could have been a movie scene. That's all I said.
Look, hey, you never know. It might
They
you
watched
might
that
get something
movie.
similar to that. Like, I'm just saying.
Hey, yeah, no, they probably got you the role while you play. But how did
Man.
you go from? Did you go from comedy to wanting to act, or wanting to act to comedy?
So
Yeah.
I did a stage play a while back. Now I didn't have any lines, but it was with Claudia Jordan. It was called White Lies. And I got called in to be an extra because somebody felt like I would be a good fit working the back. And because I was gonna get to network with all these big names like Pooch Hall, Kristen Keys, of course Claudia Jordan. Like it was a lot of big name actors in that stage play, but it was also some local Dallas acts that was in it too. Like, but it was actually in Shreveport though, which is where I'm from. And so some of those actors were in the play, and I did it. I didn't have any lines. I did it, but you know, even if you like participate, you still can put that on your credits. But I actually always wanted to get into acting, but I just didn't know where to start. And so after that, I got with a group called Act Up, where it was kind of like Wildin' Out style.
Okay.
But it was a live show that we was doing where we had two teams. We would battle it out with improv games, and it was really fun. And I got to kind of like work on my acting chops while I did that, and work on my improv and stuff like that. And then it wasn't until like after that somebody called me to be a prostitute in a TV show, and I did that, and I had a few lines, but they really liked me, and I did that. And but the show hasn't come out yet. They shopping networks right now,
Okay.
so technically
Right. That could be 5 years from now, huh? Like,
it could be
okay.
at any time at this point. But this movie will actually be kind of like my debut for like really acting. Like it'll be my first real role. I'm in a movie and it's a starring role too. So I'm super excited. And it's funny because after I had my headlining show back in April, like I set new goals for myself all the time, right? So I was
Right.
like, okay, what am I gonna do next? Like that was such a major milestone for me. And like I was like, okay, now what's next? I'm always every time I accomplish something, I'm like, what's next? And so I was like, you know what? I want to start diving into this acting stuff and start taking it serious. And literally, like maybe a month or so later, I get a phone call, and the director, executive producer of the movie called me and was like, "Hey, I want to offer you a role." And yeah, and so that's literally how I got it. I
Do
didn't
you
have to audition or nothing.
I was just about to say, do you feel like, and this is good for people out there again who wants to get in that position? What do you feel like attracted that person? Was it your social media? Was it you probably bumped into a friend of this person? What do you feel like caught their eye? You didn't send them anything, I'm assuming.
So what happened was during the time I was doing Act Up, the person who was over Act Up, the producer of that show, is a movie director as well. He writes, produces all that stuff. So he would invite people to our events that was in the film industry out here. So they would see us through that. Then he had another platform called In My Bag for up and coming actresses, aspiring actresses and actors to come and do monologues in front of a crowd. And you know, you can do a monologue, you prepared, you can do something off the dome, you can do whatever. And so it's specifically for people who want to act. And, you know, for them to practice, just like comedians have open mic and we get to practice. This is what was for them to practice. And so at the time, I ended up auditioning for another movie that this guy put out called Promiscuously Toxic. And I did the audition. I was close to getting the role, but somebody else beat me out for it. But he liked my audition, and he ended up coming to in my bag and saw me do a monologue. Okay. And that turned him on as well. And so from that point on, he started like popping up, coming to shows and like paying attention to stuff I was doing. So this was like the long game, right? So that set the stage for this role, because this been a probably a year in the making, honestly, because after those instances where he saw me, he went to the writers for this and was like, I need you to write this role specifically like this. So they wrote the role specifically to fit me. Right. And then when they got ready to work on it, they called me. So it was like, yeah, it was like a build up to that. That's why I didn't have to audition, because they wrote the role for me.
Right. And it's not like you had to stay ready because you didn't know when he was going to be showing up.
No, I didn't know when he was going to show. You never know who's going to show up. So you always need to put your you know, do your best. I say my brand is put your best throw forward, but you always got to put your best throw forward. You always got to put your best foot forward no matter what, because you never know who's watching you. And you never know who could be watching you for somebody else. Maybe they can't come and they send somebody in their place. And so that really, those encounters set me up for the role. That's why I didn't have to audition. So it was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We got this role for you. It's already ready to go. We just want you to do it. And I was like, okay. And then I got offered, he backdoored and called me again. And he's doing a stage play as well called When the Tables Turn. And he offered me a role in it.
That's like, you know what I'm thinking about? It got me thinking. You watched Martin, right? You watched Martin. You remember the episode with Pam and the music, and she was doing she had to find the talented artist. Tyrese ended up being in that episode. And she wasn't even working for the company, but she was trying to find a talent. Martin even had an episode where he was trying to find talent. You never know who's just trying to find somebody to get they come up. You know, hey, look, I found J. Cole. Jay-Z, I found J. Cole. Or, hey, look, Wayne, I found Drake. So somebody, you know, so you really never know. So that's one thing. That's a good thing for you know, people to know. You just got to stay ready. You always got to be on your grind. You never know who watching. 3 years you started comedy. You already writing. You already writing for movie scripts and things like that. I'm excited.
I actually am, because I'm working on I worked on another movie behind the scenes with another friend of mine, and we was literally just talking about that movie today, because they're still in the writing phases of that. But I got kind of some writing credits on that, creative writing credits on that, and then, you know, like I said, I got the movie. I just did my ASCAP because I got a comedy album. I do have writing credits, and I just did my ASCAP for my writing and my publishing, because I got a comedy album coming out in next month. Okay. So yeah, October 4th, I got a comedy album that'll be on all platforms. Called the Cookout Comedy Album, and it's me and 3 other comedians. We did a live show in the studio, and we live recorded it, and it'll be out for people to get.
Was the audience there and everything?
Yeah, we had an audience and everything. Okay. We did it in the studio in Orlando, so it was like a live feed. So yeah, that'll be out next month, and then I think it dropped October 4th. And then I got like 2 songs I did while I was out there. I did one I'm singing on, I did one I'm rapping on, and that'll be out too.
I thought you singing, but I thought you was goofing around, so I ain't know if you was singing, or if you was just kind of doing like a skit or something. But I thought I was like, is she in the studio?
Yeah.
Like, so
we was in Orlando. That's the thing. I can sing and I can rap when I get drunk. People don't know that though, because I don't just be doing it, but I can do it. And we was down there in Orlando, and I was in the room with a bunch of creatives, and they was like, you should write something and put it on here. And I wrote something. I wrote a singing verse, and then they made me go in there and sing it. And then I ended up they made me do another song, and I wrote a rapping verse, and I rapped on that one. Okay. So you gonna have an album come out too? Hell no.
Why?
Them
Just
songs
be
gonna
like
come
you will
out.
be able to get booked for your comedy and for your
I
music.
don't
Now,
want to be a professional singer. I don't want to be a professional singer. I love music. I love music. I know music. I don't want to do it professionally though. I want to stick to like the comedy and the acting. I don't think I want to like sing and rap and stuff professionally. But I like to do it. I'll do it from time to time, but I won't. I don't want to do it all the time. I don't want nobody booking me for no shows to sing.
gotcha. Well, look, I don't want to keep you all night, but I definitely can't get you out of here without talking about the debate.
Well, you know what? So I didn't get to see it. I was at my table read.
Oh,
So
that's right. Y'all could have
I
told me that
didn't,
on the table read though. That
man, and that was often that table read was so awesome, dog. Like to sit down with that was our first one. So to sit down with all my castmates and we actually like read through the script and like it was this was my first table read period, even though it was the first one for a movie, it was my first one period. So the fact like to be in there with my character, my castmates, and like hear their characters come to life, like you could almost see the movie play out while they was reading it.
right.
It's like we reading it, but it's like I could physically see the movie playing out in front of me. It was so good, and it's just like it's gonna be good. I'm excited.
And what's up with the names that's gonna be in there? Can you say?
Yeah, the four main characters are me. I'm playing this Adrian, a girl named Adrian, my best friend Tiana. That's Raquel Brewer. She's an actress that she do a lot of stuff. You can find a lot of these people like all over Tubi. They be doing all kind of movies. Her husband is Elliot. That's Corey Pratt. And then his best friend is Corey Espy, and he's playing the role of John. And we're the four main characters of the movie.
Okay.
And then you got other roles too. But those are probably like the most notable are those because all three of them seasoned actors, they all been acting for a minute now.
I was just
And
about to
then
ask, season,
yeah.
or is this kind of like all y'all's kind of like first kind of thing? Or
No, I'm the only one it's their first time. I'm the only one in the whole movie it's their first time.
okay, so you getting a lot of game then.
Yeah, I
You getting a
am.
lot of game. Comedy. When it comes to stand-up comedy, do you have a favorite stand-up comedian at this time?
I do. Lou Neal is my favorite.
Lou Rel?
Lou
Lil
Neal.
Rel. Lil Rel. Okay. You said
Yeah,
Lil Rel.
no, Lou Neal.
Lou Nell. Okay.
Yes. Lou Neal is my favorite. Like, I get a lot of like people say who I remind them of. I get Lou Neal, I get Miss Pat.
I was
Yeah, I get some more. Those are like I've even gotten Coco Brown. Um, I've gotten those like I get those a lot. As far as like because of my style, like I'm carefree. I say whatever.
the
Like
same part. Yeah.
yeah, you never know what's gonna come out of my mouth. And then I got an old soul, so I talk like somebody old ass auntie. So
That's the Miss Pat part. You sound like somebody. That's the I can hear it. But yeah, it's almost like you almost following a little bit of that path. You see yourself having your own show.
I do. You
Goal
know
list.
what? I ain't gonna lie. I would love to have my own show and Lou Neal play my mama.
There you say, is that the goal? Can we
I
speak
hope
it?
so. We need to make it happen. Who I need to talk to? Because I'm
We
telling you now,
right,
I'm trying.
we're gonna make that happen. Because well, first of all,
It needs to happen.
you in the circles. You know what I'm saying? So you already doing the work. You in the circles. Lunel probably gonna see this. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna make that happen.
We got to make it happen. I got a chance to meet her when I was in LA. And she's so down to earth, man. She's so cool. Like I didn't want to take a bath for like 2 weeks. I was like, bro, I don't want to wash this off of me. She hugged me because she the only one I fangirl over. Like I don't fangirl at all.
right.
Especially like before I started doing comedy, I would probably fangirl over somebody, right? I started doing comedy. I don't fangirl no more because at this point, these are our peers. Like we don't have to, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they just entity like they no, they right there. When you start doing comedy for real, that 6 degrees of separation is real, and that circle start getting real small the more you do it. So it's like you really 2 seconds from knowing everybody in the industry for real.
Right.
And so it's like, but for her, like meeting her, I was like, that's my girl right there. I love her. So yeah, I was on cloud nine for a while. You couldn't tell me nothing, baby. I was telling everybody, you know I met Lunel. You know I met
Where's she
Lunel.
from?
She from Inglewood.
Okay, so she's from Cali.
Cause she from Cali. You know, she did that Netflix special. She did it in Cali.
Okay,
But
okay.
she did it at home. She did it at home.
Okay.
She
You
from
said you from
Inglewood, Compton,
Shreveport?
one of them. Yeah, I'm
You
from
said
Shreveport, Louisiana.
how long you been in Texas?
Like 14 years.
Okay, okay. And have you done a show back in Shreveport?
Oh, I do shows in Shreveport all the time. I just did a show in Shreveport last week.
Oh, okay, got you, got you. Do you,
They call me
change
all the time
anything
to
up
do
when
it.
you back home versus when you on the road?
You said a what?
You change anything up when you at home versus when you on the road?
I mean, it depends. I feel like um it depends. Like if I got a full weekend, let's say I got a full weekend, I gotta go to Houston and Shreveport or something in a weekend, or like I probably won't change up a whole lot. Because I probably don't have time to really try to change things up. Now, I will say people who have seen me say that even if they've heard me say the same joke over and over again, I don't say it the same every time. So it's almost like they hearing a new joke
Right.
sometimes. Because I do. I change stuff up. I don't say stuff verbatim the same every time I do it. And a part of that is just because of the way my mind be working. And I'll come up with new stuff on the spot. I'll come up with new stuff on the stage. So it just depends. It just depends, really, honestly. I can't tell you. I can always have in my mind set up like what I want to do when I get on stage, and it always change. I get on stage and it'll change so fast.
What can people when you try to describe your stand up comedy I guess style, what do you describe it as, or how would you describe it?
My style is I'm very I tend to try my hardest to be relatable. Um, I'm gonna give you that real. I'm gonna talk about my real life. I'm gonna tell y'all my business. I don't care, like, cause you never know who you could touch with what you saying, right? And some people be thinking stuff, but they don't say it out loud. I'm the one that's gonna say it out loud. So for me, it's more so like I tell stories. Um, I do crowd work. I do improv. Um, now I ain't finna do no dumb ass knock jokes or nothing, but I do write. And I write well thought out jokes. I write I can write little short stuff, little zingers. It just depends. I
Right,
don't want to say my style all over the place because I don't feel like it is. There's structure to
right,
it, but I don't really just put myself in a box because I want to be able to do every aspect of what comedy is.
right.
So, um I talk about life. I talk about stuff that's relatable. Um, it depends on my crowd. I've learned how to read my crowds, and I take that part real serious because if I have an audience and it's mostly women, I'm probably gonna cater to the women and say stuff that I know gonna get the women on my side. If I have couples and mostly couples, it's a date night. I might tend to talk about relationships more.
Right.
If it's kind of like an audience, it's kind of all over the place. It might be mixed or whatever. I might talk more about family and work and life. It just really depends on whatever my crowd is.
Okay. What would you say is the have you had a show that was just, man, this was the best show I had?
I've had a lot of those, but I mean, nothing tops my headline show
No.
at
Okay.
the Improv. Like
Okay.
I sold out the Arlington Improv in less than a month. And so like by far that was my best show because the energy was crazy. Like like the energy was crazy from beginning to end. Just from my lineup was crazy. Like the crowd was crazy. Just the whole night. The after party was crazy. My friends, they surprised me with a plaque. I got it right here too. My friends surprised me with a plaque. This is from my first show I ever did. This was November 13th. This was What I said, I've been doing comedy 3 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was my very first show. And it was in Houston. And it was at Miami Nights. It was called Commentary, where comedy and poetry collide. So this is the first show I ever did. And then surprised me with it, and they put my Arlington Improv headlining picture on the other side, and then everybody signed it on the back.
Hey, okay, we got a lot of signatures too.
Yes, and my friends in Houston, did this because my very first show was in Houston, and I got a lot of friends out there, and they all came to the first show. So to see, this was like a come full circle moment, even though my circle ain't full yet. This was a full circle moment for me because in less than 3 years, in 2.5 years, I was able to accomplish it, and it was amazing. Like when I came out to go on stage, people were standing up in chairs in the improv. They were standing up on them people's furniture, trying to get pictures and videos. Like the energy was sick. And I think my biggest compliment of the night was that my whole lineup was good from beginning to end, from my opener to me. I did like 50, 55 minute set. And I think my limit was like, my minimum was like 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. I did 50, 55 because the only reason I stopped was because I was like, okay, I'm ready to go party. Like I could have kept going because it was just that good. But I was like, man, we finna go party. You know what I'm saying? Because because we was the only show and it was a Sunday and it was my night, they let everybody go over time. They wasn't tripping. But we gave them an amazing show beginning to end. So, yeah, like people, I mean, for months, people was talking about this show.
Man, that's live, man. Look, we got, I got Vanity, the comedian, with me. She's going to be joining us. She's going to be performing live at the Last Laugh Comedy Tournament, September 29th at Level Houston. Definitely come through. Look, we got to go because, I don't know, did you see the whole Shannon Sharp thing that went down today?
Let me tell you, I definitely did. Now look, that's something we can talk about. Cause look, I like old niggas, right? Okay. I love an old nigga, and when I listened to the clip, bro, it just took me to a place that I like to be. Like, I mean, he was doing that old man grunting.
He sounded old too. Yeah, he got.
I'm familiar with that grunt. Then it was like he was doing that old man whisper, like, yeah, you like that, you like that. Like he was doing that old man whisper, and any woman that's watching this that fuck with old niggas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's like when I heard it, you ain't gonna understand it.
You know what she talking about? Comment old niggas.
Look, if you ain't never fucked with an old nigga, then you don't know what I'm talking about. First of all, he was talking her through that nut correctly. And he was talking just like an old nigga. Like it was that old nigga. If you fuck with old niggas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Cause man, I ain't gonna lie, my coochie did this.
Michelle, I was listening. He said Michelle. Her name Michelle. Yeah.
Yeah, they found her. They found her online.
That somebody told me that they found her.
They found her. They say she's an older black woman. I ain't gonna look.
She better not have no OnlyFans.
Baby, he putting it down. Look, I was like, okay, Uncle Shannon.
Hey, Shannon, look, they doing. I'm sure they on live right now. I'm sure they live right now. They show. I'm trying to figure out. I still didn't believe it, to be honest with you, because why she didn't say
I believed it.
Why did she say Shannon? Why did she say Shannon?
Look, I believed it because like I said, I feel like it was a setup. I don't know if he did it on purpose. I ain't gonna say all that because it do take a lot to go live. So the fact that he did it,
she probably did that.
She probably did. But whatever the truth is, the real truth is that he was putting that dick down, and I recognize
his reputation at all. It ain't gonna hurt.
I recognize them old nigga fuck sounds. So I was locked in. I might save that on my phone for a ringtone.
Oh, Lord. That's how you gonna wake up. That's gonna be your.
Yep, that's gonna wake me up in the morning. That's my new alarm. Shannon Sharp grunt.
Man.
I like that.
You know, I mean, if you are Michelle, how you feeling this day? That just got out. Are you okay? Are you? If you're
Look,
Michelle, are you tripping? I
I
mean, just saying this.
mean, I think it's crazy that they found her. The internet be internet, man. I think it's crazy that they found her.
That's what I'm talking about. How you find Michelle?
I don't know. I would be embarrassed if somebody found me. If nobody ever found her and like if nobody ever find her and know what she look like, I probably would have been cool with it. But they found her, so it's like, yeah, your
What it
business
is,
kind of out.
the fact that you connecting Shannon to a Michelle probably did close the loop because somebody knows them,
Yeah.
and you know
And people
somebody
be
knows.
ready to sell some information.
It was probably a female who found it. Y'all definitely know how to do some research now. Y'all
I'm just
probably
saying.
yeah, y'all know how to do some research. Y'all probably found it. Yeah.
Shannon, call me if you want to just do an old man grunt in my ear. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah,
I
you
signed
remember
an NDA.
remember the hotlines back in the day? We used to dial the little hotlines
Yep.
and shit. They probably be on the-
Look, I ain't gonna tell nobody. I'll sign an NDA. I'm fine with that. Let me hear them old man grunts in person.
well, look. Well, well, look. Just go ahead and let them know again where to find you before we go, because you everywhere. So let Shannon Sharp know where to find you.
Look, facts. Look, y'all can follow me on all social media platforms under Vanity the Comedian. I do have my own personal Facebook page, Vanity Cornelius, SHAVANITY Cornelius. But I also have pages under all of my names under Vanity the Comedian. So, yeah, y'all go and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all of that. I got a lot of stuff coming up
Yeah.
before the end of the year. So hey, tap in. You know what? And I'm gonna
Yeah.
send you some information too because I'm doing a comedy festival down in New Orleans in December. So I know you in Houston, so that ain't far. You know, y'all want to tap in? Go ahead, submit for that festival because I'm headlining the show down there, and I'm gonna be on the main show, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff going
Yeah,
on. It's
yeah,
called
yeah,
the
yeah.
Big Laugh. So I'm gonna send you that info so you can submit and come down
Yes.
there to New Orleans in December.
Yes, definitely. Please do. Please do. Look, Vanity, I appreciate you joining me on a Wednesday night. I know you got other shit that you could probably be doing right now. You got movies and festivals and you writing all kind of stuff. Look, just hit me up for anything. Wherever you go, just go. Just hit me up. Just send me
Thanks.
a message. I'm gonna be there, all right? I'm trying to get like you. Look, I appreciate it, Vanity. You have a good rest of your evening. Stay safe, all right?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Everybody, y'all stay safe. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.